Well, one thing I know about having a teen is you have no idea what's going to happen in those years.
Maybe I'm just negative, but the first thing I saw was things that I didn't like about the teen ministry.
We did the best we could. People around us did the best they could, but there was not a real formal ministry.
The kids weren't excited or inspired about being a part of the teen ministry.
There was a lot of guinea pig years.
We had seen teens in the past who had become Christians and not stayed faithful.
And so our concern was that he would get baptized and still remain faithful.
My concern was him staying faithful.
We had this huge influx of teens that were coming in, but we didn't really know where to go. We were just kind of waiting for some direction, waiting for somewhere to take it.
Last year at the Christmas concert, when all of the young people were coming on stage, those from middle school and teens,
I was thinking, man, there are a lot of kids in this church.
We felt a little overwhelmed.
My son didn't initially come on stage.
I didn't really want to go because I was too embarrassed.
I totally didn't think it was cool at all, you know.
When Russ did the I Am Not Cool campaign,
He was saying how you're not cool or anything. I'm like, what? He's lying.
I was excited to go up because I like getting attention. Camille was like, yeah, come on, let's go.
And the more of them that came out of the crowd actually made it better because you kind of saw them step out of themselves and not be cowards and just, come out there and just have fun.
We just had a good time up there dancing.
Even if we were just being really weird, I just felt like we were all friends.
Something that was really cool was when Jonathan Newell actually came up on stage.
The whole message was, it's no longer about us, it's now about them.
Even though we didn't have the details yet, we didn't know what the Y ministry meant, but we knew that our children would be a part of it.
It was really exciting, and first of all, I wondered how in the world they were going to do that.
We didn't have a plan. There was no organization. We didn't have the leadership. All we really had was what God put on our hearts, which was the awareness of the need and the desire to meet that need.
So at the beginning of this year, we started the Y training.
We saw all the kids coming up in our county that were going to be teenagers and realized that, man, there's so many teens that needed help and so many of them that wanted to become Christians, but there weren't enough workers.
When I first got asked, my response was kind of something like, where you don't really want to respond.
I was a little bit more hesitant. I think I just kind of saw that it was going to involve quite a bit of commitment.
And I just thought, well, I feel like God's calling me to do this. So, who am I to tell him no?
This is my first time ever working with teens, any kind of experience with teens. I had no idea what I was supposed to be doing.
My wife and I, we both had spent time in the teen ministry before, and the time that we spent in the Y ministry has been a lot different than the time before because of a lot of the training that we've gotten.
It was really great. For the first couple times, it was a lot about our own hearts.
We got direction to really care about what the teens go through in their heart and to ask a lot of questions to draw them out. Ask them a ton of why questions. Why do you do this? Why do you do that?
Working with the parents, understanding them, respecting them.
I saw it as a time to switch desiring for more people to pay attention to me, more people to believe in me and help me to do great things, to I'm supposed to be that person for somebody else. It's time for me to raise somebody else up, to be the mentor. We're not so much the Rocky, but the Mickey,
We got more resources that we were able to use with the teens and with their families that really prepared us as we left there to really go and study the Bible and help a lot of these teens become Christians.
So every Friday or every other Friday, we have this thing called Y Group, and where it's a bunch of teens get together and they have little devotionals. We play games, and it's just really fun.
For the Y groups is I feel like I'm hanging out with younger brothers, and I never had younger brothers.
It's a really fun place to get my friends to come to, just invite them all out.
Free food.
Yeah, definitely free food, free pizza.
I was just able to be really open just on my first day.
It was just fun for us to have him engage with other guys, his peer group and his teen group. And
one of the things we love about the Y ministry are the Y leaders. Those guys lay their lives down. I don't know if they have any time for their own personal lives, because it seems like they're spending most of their time with our kids. And we benefit greatly from that because, quite frankly, most of the time we don't know what to do with our kids.
And I never been in the teen ministry, neither of us never been in teen ministry before, and I was really scared. I was like, what are these kids gonna think? Am I too old?
I just really, became great friends with them, and I think that friendship really has made it such a fun ministry.
We share some of the same interests as far as doing video editing and TV and stuff, and even musically I think I've influenced them.
Yep, now I can rap.
Ed and Larry, they're closer to his age, and they can really get at his heart where we can't.
One, we didn't know what we were doing. We got Arthur and Shavante. They were pretty much teenagers. We hadn't been there to even during the formative years, and so
looking at teenagers really for the first time, the ones that were around us, I hadn't. Having the Y ministry, it really helped me because it had some older influence. There were just young guys that, as much as Arthur and Shavante thought I wasn't cool, they at least thought that they were cool.
They got white partners and people who really loved them and took care of them that got really inspired and excited, and they finally wanted to participate.
When me and Shavante first moved to San Francisco, you know, I didn't like the church people, or San Francisco. So me and Shavante, we actually made a pact that we wouldn't do anything related to church. We wouldn't go to church. I mean, we'd go to church because they made us go to church. But we wouldn't like become disciples and stuff because, you know, we didn't like that kind of stuff. But then when I first joined the teen ministry, I also didn't like it. There wasn't a lot of structure to it at all.
I don't know. I was in the preteens and I really wanted to move to the teens like really fast. But then like I got there and it wasn't anything special, you know.
The first time I studied the Bible, some dude tricked me into studying the Bible, and like after a month or so, I stopped because I didn't really like it because he told me we were gonna go hang out. But then, you know, he studied the Bible with me. I thought we were gonna play basketball or something. And then, you know, after the Y ministry came about, we started getting Y leaders and stuff and Y partners. My Y partner was Larry.
I have like a Y partner. Her name is Susan, and she's sacrificed a lot for me, just like catching the bus and buying me this and buying me that, and even just like calling me up and asking me like, oh, how are you, and you know, how did your study go or whatever. And I just felt really loved by her.
He really like cared about me and stuff, and took me out and bought me burritos and stuff, you know, and really cared for us.
Eventually that helped me to become a disciple.
And then, you know, since then I studied the Bible myself and got baptized at the end.
The whole Y ministry has kind of taken us in as a family and wrapped its arms around us and helped us to heal so that Anthony could get to a place where he can study the Bible and have a relationship with God.
I didn't expect that we were going to study the Bible too, because I thought she was studying the Bible. Turned out we were all studying the Bible, and at times I felt like my studies were more challenging than hers were.
You know, it wasn't just about Daniel, it was about making sure that I was changing as a dad, Charlotte was changing as a mom.
We thought with our second daughter that she was the youngest and it'd be easy for her to become a Christian. We were excited about the Y ministry and just thought it'd be a piece of cake, but it really wasn't. I mean, there was a lot that we needed to learn.
I didn't expect her studies to be so much more thorough than mine were. You know, quite frankly, I'm not sure I would have passed the test that she was put to, which I guess was good for her. I'm not sure what it says about me.
Sometimes the greatest obstacle to things going well, it was me, and I saw that people never gave up on us as a family.
And one of the things that I really see as a great difference and a growth in the church has been the opportunities to get together with other parents.
We've been able to form a network of friendships among the teen parents and get lots of advice about how to raise our children.
You know, for years, one of the things that we've really had to work very hard at and make time for is great relationships with people who are older than we were, who are farther along in raising kids.
I think the best experience for us was with this last summer. The church had a thing called the Y internship program.
I started off really looking forward to the Y internship, and then we got a lot of work. I found out what it really was, and I started not liking it.
I went to a meeting and we had this big packet, and I was like, what are we supposed to do with this?
These like 14-hour meetings we had on Wednesdays where we had to come and listen to Russ talk for a really long time. Those were pretty intense, and I was definitely down. Besides, it was cool. I mean, I guess again, learn from it all, but
a lot of knowledge.
Definitely a lot of stuff going on there. There were good, cool things though, like 3 days a weekend volunteer at the Hope School. Hope Tech.
It was just really cool because you got to learn more about being a leader and just be able to get more direction with that. And I think also we got to be part of volunteering at the Hope School.
Taught me really to put a lot of work into God and how high I can take myself on a spiritual level.
Helped me become a better leader, and it helped me to take that with me to school on the football team, around campus, at practice. Like, my teammates look up to me, call me up, ask me questions.
Middle school camp was a lot of fun this year because we got to go. Instead of being middle schoolers, we got to be Y interns and actually be leaders.
I think it was a lot better for the middle schoolers too, having the teens there, because it wasn't just the older kind of camp leader guys.
Right,
you know,
like Sean.
Yeah, like Sean Killick.
Right.
They're like over, 30.
40.
And then also we were a part of a lot more Bible studies and being able to lead them a lot more too, and just learning how to step up and be a leader too. And I know just one thing I learned was that doing well spiritually isn't about being perfect, but it's more about being willing to learn and being willing to put the work into it.
I think it was tight just getting to learn how to actually really live as a Christian, actually study the Bible with my friends, getting a lot of Bible studies, actually make a difference, not just waste my summer away.
I got baptized a week after the teen camp they had, and that was really fun just to go and just to be able to hang out with a lot of people that I don't get to see very often. And I know Russ's lesson on whether you're hot or you're cold.
That really hit me, and I thought, well, I'm gonna just totally be hot for God. And so from that, I'm now studying the Bible and hopefully to become a Christian really soon.
Yeah, the team banquet was really cool. We got to dress up all nice. Don't do that a lot.
It was just lots of fun because it was people that sort of believe the same thing all in one place, and it was on a yacht, so a lot better than my proms.
The Y Ministry was being successful, but as a church that practices inclusion, we needed to include kids with special needs. So, in July, we hosted our first special needs training workshop for parents and Y partners. It's our belief that kids with special needs could study the Bible and become Christians.
Jonathan Ewell was one of the first kids with special needs who started studying the Bible.
With Jonathan studying the Bible, it was a huge step for not only me, but also I think for the whole church, because no one had ever studied the Bible with someone with special needs like this. And so, for one, it was quite scary because we didn't have other people to reference or go back to or talk to in order to figure out how to study the Bible with someone that has challenges communicating.
Exactly.
Pinch your nose. Pinch your nose,
Everybody ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Let's go. Go down. Good. Got it. He's down.
But it also helped me to realize the importance of what we're actually doing. That we weren't only just studying the Bible with another person, but we're doing something groundbreaking for all of people with special needs. And it just goes to show that we're just not a typical church with a typical teen ministry that has fun things, but we're really changing lives.
If someone were to ask me if the Y Ministry has really had an impact on my life, I would say, yeah. I've become a disciple. We've all become disciples, and that's fantastic.
This next year, there's going to be a lot more great things happening, and it's built my faith that change can happen, not just with the individual, but those around them, and it's not over with.